Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Another week. And a couple of more days of co-working. Just made myself a cup of coffee. Which is essential if you're doing any coding. And today we're going to continue with my personal website. We got most of the homepage done last week. So my idea for this week is to first finish all of the UI. So do the contact page, set up the block overview page and the block detail page. So that we only have to like get the blog post from the Notion API to render it out, which we'll probably get to. I don't know. I think today we can finish most of the UI. Maybe even make this sticky so it scrolls with the page. And then tomorrow we can focus on the blog, which means that on Thursday we can wrap everything up and maybe go live. Not sure though. I mean, I have to wait and see how much work it will be to actually hook up the Notion database to the Remix application. But I do have some template code from another project, so maybe I can get it in there quickly. But first off, I want to thank OST 1027 for the follow. Okay, let's open the project and the editor and everything we'll need. So let's see. Oh, and installing VS Code server. I don't know why it needs to do that right now, but probably because I ran another update. Ah, what the hell is even that? Oh, maybe I have to reload. Let's see what this is all about. Let's start with some debugging. Cannot start VS Code WSL issue. Opened issue 8 days ago. Yeah, so it probably has something to do with the previous update. Directory not available on path. A reboot of WSL fix shut down. Yeah. I don't know. Open VS Code in Windows. Open the extension and search for WSL. It should say extension needs to be reloaded. Obvious type code. It actually closed code and we know giant close code work helps. Okay, so let's see if this man is right. Reloads required. Ah, alright. So let's see if this works. This works. Okay, great. Thanks. Love you. Okay, so first let's do the code reviews and push everything from last stream, which I didn't get to because I needed to move last Friday. Okay, yeah, now I remember. So let's first maybe start the actual project. We also have to upload a favicon, so let's add that to my to-do list, which is on the left screen right here. So let me add it quickly. Upload favicon. Create a favicon pack, etc. Yeah, and I also thought of something else. I might want to include something inside the header that shows whether I'm live or not on Twitch. I don't know if I want to show that in navigation or maybe show a red dot right here, which says, oh, I'm live on Twitch, or maybe prominent in the header. I don't know. Or maybe here, maybe I can make this. No, it needs to be somewhere in the header or in the hero section. I'm not sure. What I am sure about though is that we have to fix the paddings because this doesn't look right. I think this isn't the same. And I might... Yeah, this doesn't look quite right. Nah, I'm actually quite okay with that. Let's close this one. Okay, so let's see. Let's do the review. So, of course, this is fine. We shrunk the large container. So, let's do that. We added the footer component to the root. That's fine as well. I mean, every page is going to have the root, so it's going to use the root template with navigation and the header, so it's fine. Hey, where did it go? I want to include that one. Welcome to the chat. Nice. Okay, let's close this. What did we add into the index? Okay. So this is the button. Make either link or hold click. Okay, so we still have to do some work on the TypeScript side of this component, but I couldn't bother because I couldn't find it. And we added an extra condition for if it's an external link, return that one. If it's a link, yeah. No opener, no referrer, no follow, which is fine. It has to be a regular href since link only works with pages from the same site. We added a button size check. I mean, I'm not very fond of how this is looking, but I'm not sure if I can come up with any better, more readable way to do this. I mean, it's fine, I guess. It could be better. We could extract these checks to another function or another constant. But then we have to combine all these styles right here, and now it's just a single I mean, I don't really care for this project, and it's only for the button component, so it isn't that difficult to understand. Formatting could be a little bit better. But do I really care about that? No. Not at the moment. Certainly not for this project. So, we did that. Now we have the footer. Did I complete the footer? That's the question. Did we also make the footer responsive? I guess so, right? Yep. Yep. The only thing we needed to add to the footer is if you copy to clipboard that it actually gives you some feedback. But that's something for Thursday. Or Friday for that matter. Or maybe next week if we don't get to it at all. But I guess the footer is fine. Let's just quickly run through the code, see if there are any errors. So we have the footer title style and the footer text style, which is duplicated. We wrapped everything in a grid. We use some SVGs, which can be in line. Actually, do I want to extract those SVGs into their own files? Because I might as well use them on the block date type page. Maybe if we get to the block date type page, we might look into that. Then we have the one at drh.nl, which is my email, and then we have social link props and we have social link. So yeah, everything looks great. So this can be staged. Item sender. Yeah, this can be. The size is missing. Yeah, so this is something I was worried about. Size is actually optional. See, you always find some. I can stage a JPEG for now. Yeah, we make that size optional, which means that this button is no longer complaining. I can stage this because, as I mentioned before, currently we have flex and hidden on this unordered list element, just so I get two problems down here. So I know that, okay, I still have to come up or design the mobile navigation, which is my way of doing things, I guess. It's not live yet. It's still in active development, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so why did newsletter? Oh yeah. Yeah. We had to include a column property on this because, let me show you. Up here, this is the same component, but it has to be side by side, and down here it has to be beneath each other. I'm so fond and everything down here aligns. That's pretty cool. Okay. Wrong window. Okay, so we added a column. Then we added a column here, where we basically remove the margin. And then down here we remove the position absolute for the by subscribing you agree with, yada 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 yada. Which actually worked, right? Yep. This is actually quite a big accessibility concern, because people can't read this if you have bad eyesight. But I don't want to fix this because it's just some by subscribing you yada yada yada. I mean, if I increase the opacity on this, yeah, it's more readable, but it also distracts from all the content. This is not important. This is just some legal bullshit which I have to include. I don't know. I might not fix it, or I might. I do want to fix it because I want to have good scores. Oh well, something we're also going to have a look at once we finish the remainder of the project. Okay, then we have the grid and we have main content. We fixed some grid issues here. Then we added. Oh no! I haven't planned in any time to write this piece of content. Oh well, I'll probably do that in like 1 to 2 hours. It's good for now. It's good for now. Yep. This all checks out as well. Okay. This looks great. Finished home page layout. Cool. Then we can go git push. And now we can move on to the contact page. That was something I wanted to start with this week, just to get the development flowing, development mind flowing. Damn. I had to get out of bed early this morning. Dentist appointment. And everything was fine. I can smile again. Okay, so this component is complaining about the problems with the flex property. So let's see. Let's not open up any documentations and just do... Or we might as well do it before we run into any problems. Just to see how routing works. Because if I'm not mistaken, instead of doing like contact.tsx... Or maybe you do contact. Let's just see if this works. Because I can pretty much do like this, do this, and say like contact. And maybe I can return a main h1 hello. Does this work? Nope. Oh, because I made a small typo here. That does work, but just let me check upon the conventions. Yeah. Excuse me. Routes. Huh. Oh shit, you can actually use Markdown. But that was not something I wanted to include. What I did... Routing. An index route is a route that renders layout, for example, routes. Okay, so I don't want to include any defining nested route. I don't have any nested routing. I just want to know if it's okay that I... Yeah, exactly. So this router XCDF contact, they have a 404, which we might have to design. Shit, forgot about the 404 page. Let me add that to the list. Okay, so we actually do have quite some work to do this week. Design and develop 404. Oh no! Anyway. It is what it is. In that case, I might go online a little bit earlier tomorrow and the day after, because I just want to document all the code I write for this website, just to get used to streaming. Okay, so this works. Let me increase. That was something I noticed in my last stream. I increased the font size just one tiny titty. Okay, contact page. Let's not procrastinate any longer and get to this. So we can probably get this from the index by grabbing this section. There it is. let me close this. Okay, then we have to import heading and paragraph. From styles typography. Then we don't need to include newsletter. We actually don't have to include this at all. Then we can include this one. We just do this. Hey, new drivers available. And then we can say contact or hire me. Or just drop a line. I mean, I might have to increase this a little bit. I'm not very fond of this. Why are you so small? Because I have 2XL spawn 6. Okay, that can fuck off. Drop me a line. I mean, if we make this any smaller, we get to this. So I want to say from then on, I want to make it 8. I can remove this space. And now it just works. Cool. Better. Do I want to update it on the homepage as well? I might. Because remove this, remove this. And I'm gonna say this needs to be 8. Oh, that's really small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why is this not 8? Komswag. Full. This is not 8. This is... Oh shit, I updated this one. But that's okay, because that means we'll have to update it here as well. So we can remove everything from here. And let's say 8. Oh, I don't need to open remote 101. This looks better. And then I also want to update the feature list to also don't bother about this and say 8 as well. Okay, better. Then everything is more consistent this way. I mean, these are these small things. While you're developing something, you work on multiple sections, you tweak it a little bit, and then you'll be like, okay, I want this to be everywhere. I mean, I could have... I might as well have put this inside of a component. Why should I? I mean, it's just an H1 and a paragraph. Yeah, now I'm required to update the grid everywhere. But oh well, if that's the worst, I mean, I could have done a site-wide search. But that's just me being special. Okay, so that's that. Then I also forgot to enable my toggle for this project, so I have to do that as well and say I've started work on this on 2 o'clock. Okay. Okay. So right now, oh, excuse me. DM on Twitter. Which I can probably do just like this. href is HTTPS, or I can just and then we have to grab the realm or no opener from this sucker. And then we can edit the class name under mine. Cool. Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, so this works. Now we actually have to create a little griddy beneath that. So that will probably be a grid inside of a grid, right? Yes. So below the P we do a call spawn full with inside of there another grid with a gap of 4. I guess maybe it's a little bigger, but you don't let me complain. And then we have a grid goals of 2. But now I am thinking that I might have... Well, let's just see how this works. So we do a goal spawn. Let's see. Do we make this a spawn or... Yeah, let's just make this a spawn. A spinnerino. Or better yet... Do we have to... Grid rows. Like it has 3 rows. And we do like company name. We do like... Okay, so we do company name together with TArch. Then we might as well do this. Then we go... KVK, which is Chamber of Commerce in the Netherlands, which is mandatory information I have to include on my website, as well as the BTW, which BTW, which is the tax number. Let's see. Okay, now it's bigger, I guess. How did I actually do this inside of the footer? Because I fixed it just like last week. Right. Cool. I don't have to think about this if I just do it this way. And then I can do it this way. And as you can see, we now have a grid for this. I mean, we have a call which spawns fully because this is still inside of the other grid. And this is what I like about grid. I mean, you can pretty much do any layout by nesting grids. And it's still inside of the previous grids, which is very handy for someone like me who likes to fuck around with layout and positioning and all that sort of fun stuff. Flexbox can be a little iffy that way, because in Flexbox you can, I mean, if you really want to, you can do shit like this. But this way, if I've set this to a fixed width of 2 or like 32 pixels. But if I were to make this pretty big, you see, this still works. But if I make it this big, this will still grow indefinitely until here, because that's the health of the grid, and we will just fall below that. If I've used something like Flexbox, it will be... I mean, it won't be a horror to position, but it will be a lot more difficult to position. So let's see what we did here. We make these things have an opacity of... Oh, not children. I want to give those a class name of text white. What opacity did I give them? 85. So let's say... Is 85? No. This is something I never understood. Why the fuck they do include 70, 75 and 25, but not 30, 35. Just give us the whole spectrum. But okay, let's change it to this. This looks cool. This is everything is medium right. Okay. Medium. Actually, I think I like the regular font way more. But this is a bit bigger, right? Yeah, this text LG. Yeah, better. Better. Let's increase the size of the first column just to separate things out a bit more. Maybe do like 2.5. Yeah, looks better. Nah, I think I still prefer 3. What happens if I do 4? That's just too big. Let's do 3. Let's check 2.5 again. Designing in the browser is so powerful. Okay, I see something in the footer that I don't quite like, which is this. I will move this to be the same as the contact page. Now this is grayed out and this is white, which I prefer. And then we will go back to the contact page where we have a div. Okay, and then below there we can do call span full because we want a full. We want to make use of the full width of the grid, and we have a little p tag with email me one. Maybe let's also make this HH, but don't style it, because if people want to click on my email to open their client, they can. Maybe that's something some users expect. So let's include it. And then we've used a MB8 here, so let's also include an MB8 there. Which seems about right. This is... Why is this 16? This is 18, this is 18, so it doesn't make sense that this is 16. Because this is as important, if not more important, than this information. Actually, what happens if I dial this down to... No, everything must be 18, if you ask me. Which is fine. Then we can again go to the footer. Footer. And we can steal this. Yep, we can steal this flex. And we... Button is not defined, which is fine. Because now it's defined. And we can refresh this. Button size is not defined. That's also fine because we don't need a button size. Because right here we can show the full size. But, maybe I do want to include the button size. Yeah, I think I prefer the smaller buttons here instead of the bigger ones. I mean, I can remove them. Just let's, before we do this, add a class on the text, which is half of that. We also want to actually make this one font medium because it's a bit more important. Which one do I prefer? Do I prefer the smaller size buttons? I think I prefer the smaller size button. Size is button. I prefer these. And then you can either open your email or you can copy clipboard, and therefore we still need to include the animation. But if I do this and I do this, it's copied. Okay. So I think that's the... Yep, that's pretty much the contact page all done. Let's do F11. Do I like the footer being way up there? I'd rather have the footer down below. Is that something I would like to force? We can force it, I think. Let me experiment with this real quickly. So, if we like flex this, then it will all go to nah, this doesn't work. What if I do MH100 VW? 100. What's min height in Tailwind? Min height. Min, it's min, not MH. Can't you alias it? Nope. Min H 100 or min H like screen. Yeah, but then it's forced all the way down. You know what? It pretty much works with this footer. To have so much white space on the bottom. I mean, it would look quite odd if this was... Would it look quite odd? Let's just play around with this a little. Let's say 75. Let's just emulate it. What do I prefer? Having the footer down here? Or like this? I actually don't mind the footer being all the way up here. I don't mind it at all. On mobile, it just works, so let's not be bothered by. I actually like that it's a bit... I still don't get why this margin feels big. Does the navigation have a margin on it? No, not at all. The main, then the section. Yeah, it really has the same padding. But this feels smaller than this one. But I don't know. That might just be me. And then there's something I'm noticing inside of the navigation. Better. I've made the T-arch like from semi-bold. This is a little bit too thick and screamy. Now it's a little bit more separated. And then I might actually... I want to margin. Can't I do something a bit smaller than like... Let's see. M1 is... Oh, 0.5 might work actually. I think it's a bit too hefty. Yeah, so this is 0.5. And this is no... Yeah, 0.5 is definitely better than 1. It's a bit more margin. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And then I actually might prefer to also give this a bit more spacing as well. This is min 1. This is 0.25. This is 0.2. And this is 3. 2.5 is better. Or better. It's not the right word. I like it more that way. Okay. Now I wanted to test out if I can. If I go to the index page. Index. And I do like. I give this an ID of projects. Okay, that works. Okay, then I can give this an idea of about me. Right? About me. And then we can go to... Now we actually have to use this Tailwind CSS file, because I'm going to include a little snippet. I use this for duidelijk as well. Basically what I want to emulate is if you click like on this, it smooth scrolls. And that's probably on the scroll behavior smooth. Let me check GitHub real quick. Hopefully I've pushed everything. Yeah, exactly. So basically what this code does is it tells the browser, okay, if you scroll through something, normally up until recently or a couple of years ago, or I don't exactly have the time frame in mind, we had to do this with JavaScript, but now it's part of CSS. And what's really cool about it is that you can also reset the scroll behavior to auto if the user has the browser setting enabled, which says I want to reduce motion, which actually I know a lot of people have this activated on their Mac, on their MacBooks. That's why I include it. So we might actually, yeah, now it works. We have to refresh the page. I don't like that it's all the way up here though. And that has probably something to do with the margin. But we can fix that. So that's done. That's done. We have to fix this inside of the index route. So we have an MB of 24. Well, this section has... Let's fix the freaking... Okay. So this feels off because we have that bloody by subscriber you agree with the review terms of blah 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 yada. So we have to increase the P. Okay, so this will be PT instead of not P6 but PT, and then we also have the PP of 24 because I'm pretty sure that it's, and then we have to increase that by 36. Okay, this feels better. Yep. Way better. Okay. And now we still have that if you go to projects that we have to include a little... I can also convert this to only have padding top. That might actually be better if you... Yep. So let's freaking remove the padding top. Because if I remember correctly, this was also something... this is something a lot of front-end developers do. Just give only margin top or padding top to a component. This way you can always use it as Lego bricks. Because it will be separated from the top content. So let's see. Now this doesn't need to have an MB, but it has to need a PT of 34 on large screens and it needs a PT of 24. 36 actually. Because if we do this now, it has a nice little separation. I don't like that this is in there, actually. So let's fix that by saying, okay, let's revert this to the same values. And let's say that this has an MP of 4 as well. And this pretty much means that this needs to be MB6. What we want is to emulate or get the same. So it's still, I want this to stretch all the way over the by subscribing you agree to yada 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 thingy. So it's the same. So it might actually be MB8 before we reach that. Yep, now it's the same. So if we reduce this. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Now I can already see that we can reduce this quite a bit. That's better. That's better. And if we now do projects. Yep, we no longer have this text here. It's clear that we are looking at what I built section. So now I can just go to the what I write section, remove this here. I totally skipped over that one. And now it should be the same. So this is PT of 12, PT of 33, this is PT of 20, 32, 12 and 32. Why does this not feel the same as this? Because it has a little bit more. And actually we have to... Now we can give this in PY. Because it's the final block. This seems about right. So we fix the paddings. And now if you go to the About Me page, it will scroll all the way down. Into projects, it will do this. It will go About Me. Projects. About Me. I cancelled the scroll. That was a bit odd. Hey, buggy time. We can't use the MB8 on this one. That sucks, or doesn't it suck? Maybe just a little. Maybe just a little. Do I really have to include this? Why subscribe you agree with reviews, terms, service and privacy policy? Will people get mad if I just delete it? I mean... Okay. Is it all that I actually prefer... Now that I'm seeing this, is it all that I actually prefer it with the small little text beneath it? I mean, it makes it seem a little bit more professional. I don't know. I actually like it. It helps with the weight now that I see it. I was hating on it just now. But... Well, if I remove it, it will help me with my accessibility score. But I might piss off the developers and lawyers at review. I think it's review. Not review. Review. What to do, 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 what to do. Yep, add it to here. Yep, better. Okay, so what I did now, instead of adding it to this little section, I've added it to the entire hero section. Because if I add the margin right here, it will push this button down due to Flexbox. So let's not be bothered about that. And now we also don't have... Oh, don't open my password. Now we also don't have any problems with the section down here. Which is nice. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, if we now go to the contact page... it doesn't look that similar. And why is that? Because I forgot to include something? Yep, probably. Because this needs to be... Yep, that's it. And then we actually need to increase this to 4. Is 4 right? No, there's a bigger. There's 30. Oh, Tom, what did you do? I actually made it double, so this needs to be MB8. That doesn't look right. So let's reduce this to 6 and be okay with it. Although I might prefer just leaving it. This is another case of what the fuck do I want? Okay, so I definitely don't like 4. I definitely don't like 6. So we have to settle for 5. Oh well. Would you like? Yeah, that's actually correct English. 7 the most challenging things about staying consistent. That's right. We need to achieve more. Okay, so this is cool. Okay, well, let's commit this. Review it, commit it. Okay, so we changed the column, the grid columns. 6, we added that. Yeah. Change this as well. We changed the logo a little bit, or the logo, more of my profile image with some text. Then we added the contact, which doesn't have any props, so it doesn't need any type checking. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Do I want to create? I mean, I've worked on another project which is called the Publisher Club, for which we also built up a blend, where I created a site config file. Which basically I can offload like these type of values. I can create constants for. I can also create a constant file. Then yeah, but then again, why should I do that for such a simple site? I mean, if I want to change the email address, I can change the email address later on. Okay, now we changed all the sections and we changed some of the grid sizes. And that's that. And then we added the smooth scroll. Edit contact page. Fixed settings. Spacing. Okay. Push. Push. Cool. Cool. Up next, we have the blog. Bloggy blog. And this is something I do need to look into. Are we going to do the RSS? Nobody's going to use that, so let's remove it. Let's keep it in the design though, but let's not include it because I don't think I will be including an RSS. I might have to look into our RSS, into the RSS feed. Just to see how much work it would be. But right now, I don't think this is actually something we will do right now. Same for the Pasignation. Yeah, there will be a Pasignation eventually, but we'll also pick that up once we get the Notion blocks in there. So this will be quite an easy setup. This will be a little bit more difficult setup. Let me also grab Tick. Hook up navigation to basics. We did that. Okay, cool. So let's have a look at the block. For that we actually do, sorry. Go to here. Now we do want to create a block filter. How do other people do this? Let's go to, I don't know, Basecamp? Basecamp.com. Do they have a blog? Before and after. Yeah. Archive. Okay, cool, but that's definitely not what I was looking into. We'll just do /blog. I don't know. Maybe I want it to be special, but I think /blog is better. And then we can create it index, and then we can do export default named function. We call this block index, which doesn't take any props just yet, which returns a main. Yeah, I want to include a main, which has a section for the header, which is the same as the index routes header. So we pretty much can just steal this section. And then we have to import this. This is what I definitely like about TypeScript, is that it's so freaking easy to just get the imports straight out of VS Code. See? Everything is imported. I can now go to blog and it's not found. And that's probably because I need to hard refresh. And there it is. There you have it. And then we only have to remove this. And then we also can get rid of this, I guess. Yep. Which we can also get rid of now that I think of it, or this, because we already say it's column full, so we don't need to row start. Row start 3. Let me close this real quickly. Cool. Okay, so now we can create another section, which if I can pretty much just take this little thingy. Do I want to do that on a container though? Okay, so I guess this page is already done. Because all we actually need right now is if we go to the index page, let's just, I don't know, render a grid, which has a, which has grid goals of 12. C. And inside of there, we want to include cards, which will be included inside of article or divs. Okay, so we need to have this card, which we actually need to import. So, what's the matter, babe? It's complaining because it says a div. That's what I was thinking. What is a card exactly? A card is an article. So we basically only... Oh, wrong. We basically only have to do it this way, right? Now, it's not exactly the way I want to do it. Hey, why is this? Because it only has a PT, so we have to change this to PY. Now it has better separation. We do spawn full, or we do 4. That's how the way I designed it, right? So let's create 3 in a row, and then we see exactly what's wrong is that we didn't include a grid, a gap x of 4. Which is pretty sufficient, right? Or is the gap bigger here? No, it's 16. That's right. My coffee cup is empty. No! Fresh pot! Okay, let's first finish this. So, if I was to... Why don't you create a loop? I can do that. Fusion plays. Cool work. Have you done the designs yourself? Yeah, I actually have. I've designed it in Figma. So, here are all the pages. Let me disable the grid for you. So, from the home page, we have a blog overview page. We have a blog detail page. And we have a contact page. Sick. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. I'm always a little self-conscious about my designs. I don't know. I can do design work, but I've worked with way better designers. So I have a little bit of an imposter syndrome when it comes to designs. I hear my old boss in the back of my head. Look at the spacing and the margins. Oh, well, I've learned a great deal from all those people. Let's see, but we have 4. Okay, so now I see that we also forgot to... Actually, can we just remove the X and do gap for everything? Yes, but I don't like that. Let's change the gap Y to double the spacing. I just wanted to compliment the spacing between the elements. That's like 80%, isn't it? Yeah. Yep. Spacing and white space in particular are like the biggest part of having a nice design. Otherwise it will just feel cluttered or out of... I think if the spacing is right, it will just feel out of balance. I mean, it's the same thing for font weights. If I go to the home page, you know, this is not important, so make it smaller and give it an opacity. Same for the OR. Otherwise, everything will just... If everything was white, it would just be too much in your face and you don't know where to look. Same for this. Make this a little bit smaller, so there's a clear separation between the headers and the text. Now that I'm thinking of it, I might actually reduce the opacity of this text as well, just to be more in line. See? The more you look at it, the more opportunities you see to improve. This will be a constant work in progress, I guess. I guess 80 is best. Which did I use for... Oh, again, opening the command line windows. Yeah, same. Yeah, this is better. This is way better. Weather alarm. Okay. I'm sitting inside, so I don't care about rain. Rain down on me, weather gods. Sheesh. I did use different spacings. 32. So yeah, I did use 8 on the blog. Okay. So then we do need a gap Y of 8. Y, not X. Excuse me. Which is 2 with 32 pixels. Nice. Actually, this looks quite good. I might want to reduce the shadow just a tiny tetrino. Okay, but then we might have to take a look at this page. Let's play around with this a little bit, which is in the tailwind. Config. Where is it? So it might have something to do with the blur value, right? So if you change this to 15, it's just more blurry. Then it has to do with this, I guess. Okay, let me just box shadow MDN. Okay. Better. More control over... Oh. X2 RGPA. Convert this one for me, pretty please. I want this one. Because that way... yeah. Do it that way. Now the... What did I change? I think this was to right. This was to... Let me check version control. Yep, this was 2. Okay, so now we have the same, but we can actually reduce this just a teeny tiny teddy. Let's say reduce it by... Yeah, way better. It's a little bit more on the down low. Maybe not 8.5. I think that will also work better for the block. Because if I revert this to 1, it will just be... Why is the transition not working? Transition property. So we have this. So... Okay. So why isn't it transitioning then? Let me zoom in a little bit. It's not transitioning, I'm pretty sure. Shadow primary, hover primary, border, yada 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 yada. Hey. Is it me? Yes, this one is transitioning. This one isn't transitioning, and that's because this is not part of the button component, because it's a part of the review code. So this needs a transition shadow. Whoop! Now it works. Cool. And I might actually want to include this transition on top of the cards, because those cards will be links. Article flags. Where did we put shadow? Shadow primary. So that way we can do hover, shadow primary off. I guess I named it. Yep. So does this work? This works. And then before this we can do Am I retarded? Why doesn't this work? Did I make a typo? I didn't think. I think it's just... No, it does transition. Okay. It just isn't that obvious on... Well, it is, actually, now that I'm having a better look at it. I might want to scrape a little bit of the initial blur. Welcome to Coding with Twan, where he's always designing more in the browser than he was in Figma. Oh well. Let's reduce this to 8. What if we also reduce this to 5? And it's 7, maybe. Maybe 7. But how does it look on here? Okay, let's have a look from it further away. Yeah, I actually like this box shadow a little better. Just... Do I like it better though? It's just, it's still a little fuzzy. But I don't know. Maybe that's just Windows. The Windows rendering of this thing. So I'm not going to touch it anymore. And I actually might refer to it later once I test this on my MacBook. But hey, I think it's fine for now. So cool. That's pretty much the whole blogging page done. I actually might do one... Oh. Don't close this one, please, because I want to do one more little trick. And this is the card component. I don't need the card component. I need the block index. We go to the grid. We have grid calls 12. And then we say on LG span 4. But I want to update this to say if we are on medium screens, then span 6. Because that way, if we refresh this... Okay, that's fine. Just have to do this manually for now because it's not coming from an API. Okay, and then if we are on medium screens, I also want to reduce the gap. Because now the gap looks a bit odd. Yeah, better. Better. Do I like the spacing? I do. Okay, cool. Now on small screens, it's actually still too. So, and that's because I am an idiot. And this is actually small screens. And then we say do that until we reach the LG, and that way it is now nice. Okay, so basically the only thing we have to do now for this page is to actually work on the integration with Notion. But I'm not going to work on that right now. Probably do that tomorrow. Because first we are going to work on the block date type page. And for that, I need to read the remix documentation. Because how the F are they doing? I think it was $ post ID or something along those lines. But hey, let's see. Nested, not nested route, just routes. Parameterized. Parameterized. How the F do you pronounce it? Do you pronounce that in English? Parameterized. Parameterized. My Dutch brain wants to pronounce it like parameterized. But oh well. Index 9, nested routes. This sounds like the... Ah, here it is. Okay, say no more. We already have it. Yeah, that creates an index like invoice 123, the URL maps identity, and then you have you can use this ID as a parameter, and then everything will be great. So, actually, let me have a look at another project which I coded, which is Upland. How did I create the blogs? So we have the pages, we have the text, we have document, or category.js. How do we fetch this? So we have the pets, and we have the category, which is category name to lowercase, and then we have the category. We fetch it by category. Okay, so basically I can place anything into that parameter field. So for now, let's just do ID. Let's check one more example project just to be sure. Nope, this is the current project. This is the my old personal site, which is pretty much this one, which also uses Notion. Let's see, we have pages, we have posts, and then we use the slug. So let's do that. Let's do that. So yes, let's do slug. That's pretty much what we want. Export default named function. Post, I guess. Which will not have any parameters as of now, but it will in the future. We will create an article out of... Hello. Create an article tag, please. Thank you. Okay. Let's create the template for this. We have an article can have a header. It doesn't have a footer. Maybe I will create a footer. I think I like the idea of maybe including a block below the post that says, hey, if you like this post, I also have a newsletter which you can sign up for. You know what? Let's not work on that right now, but let's just add it to my ever-growing list of all the things I forgot to include during the design phase. At subscribe to newsletter, footer, blog, post, page. Pretty descriptive. Okay. Okay. Let's go with the flow. Let's say H1. Let's go to the index route and steal this H1 again. We want to include the heading. And we actually want to go to blog/post slug. And now we have this piece of shite. And that's because we forgot to include a container. Now that I'm thinking of it, do I want to wrap everything in a container or do I want to wrap it per element let's have a look. No, everything is in this container, and then we can create a separate container for this one. Maybe we just make this a grid. That's actually way better. We can move everything to a grid. Actually, did I do this? Yeah, it's a grid. So how am I going to do this? I know. I'm just going to create a grid right here. And let's just give me this. Let's just create a div. Class S. Then we can move to class S. We can do this. I don't need grid rows. That's a bit redundant. Now we have this. Now we can say that the header will have a class name, which will be grid call span full on mobile, and then we say on MD or LG you will be call span. How big is it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Call span 7. And then we say get this so I can check it against design. And now we only have the problem of the heading not having the... This is 48. This is also 48, so it should be right. Why does this feel a bit tight? I think that... Let's again look at the line height. So we have height, which is 1.25. Let's say snug for the titles. Let's just update it a little bit. What's the difference between tight and snug? Hello? Why are you not updating? Now you're snug. You're having a line height. Text 5 XL. Why is the line height not respected by... Okay. We need to have this one, but it's being overridden by the... Body text. Why? Tailwind, line height overwritten by text size. Relative heights, yada 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 yada. Fixed line heights. Okay. Yeah, but why is it overridden? Can we... Line height. Okay, maybe there's something about it in the font size. Yeah, it actually... Yeah, I get that you include a line height, but I don't get why it's not being overridden by the leading. Is that because I actually need to include that as well? Because this media query is more important than... Okay, let's say I also do this here. Now it still doesn't work. But if I refresh it, it does work. Why? Tell me why does this need to be in front? Now it doesn't work at all. I never want to hear you say. Do I need to include it this way? No. Okay, well, maybe I need to add important, but I don't want to add important. Does this work actually? Okay, then we're going to do this. Oh, it does work. Okay, fine. That's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Now, let's have a little look-see at the padding, which is going to be the same as this. And we can pretty much yeet that onto the article class. And here I am actually going to make it by. And is this the same as this? No. This is cool. And we are going to update this to 8. Yep, this is better. Okay. So now that we have that, okay, now we're going to add a little spawn. Published on. This seems about right. Just don't think that the padding is quite there yet. And why is that? Okay, so this is a margin bottom of 2. Okay, so it is right. Yeah, it's 32. If I measure it, yeah, okay. And then we have an image, which for now we are just going to do rip from here. I don't want that. I'm just going to pull it from remote 101. Fuck it. Fuck it. Give me that. Rip. Yeah, just give me this source. I don't really give a fuck. Post image, I guess. Okay, but that means that we need image container, class name, which will be W, and this is a class name of object over Does this work? No, that will definitely not work. Ah! So in that case, we have to move this down. Then we have to move this up. And this will be 8. But now the image isn't in the right place. So we need to move that one down. Now it's inside of the container. This doesn't need to be on any... Okay, so this is fine as well. I just don't like the way this works. So maybe we can... Nah, this is fine. It's just in the header. Yeah, okay, semantically it's fine. Do I like it? Definitely not as much as the previous solution, but hey, it is what it is. So this is 67, which is probably 68 or 64 I was aiming for, so that's 8, so that's 16 class, which is not here. It's being this, so this is MB 16, which is 4, which is 64. Okay, that's right. Maybe you want to do this from like MB 16. Maybe change this to MB 8. Oh well. What do you guys think? 12? Maybe 10? Just meet me in the middle? Yeah, 10. Better. Okay, and then we have a rounded of MD. This is just something I know. And then we have overflow hidden. Or we need to... this one. This way it works, and then we can say shadow. But I'm ready. Okay, cool. Cool. An article. Article tag. The article element of self-contained composition and done with basic application of site, which can be implemented for useful syndication. So you can have an article inside of an article. When an article element is nested, the inner element represents an article related to the outer element. Okay, that's, for example, the comments of a blog post can be article element nested inside an article. Back below. Okay. And this actually needs to be a time element. Now that I remember that correctly. Come on. See. Cool. This can be closed, this can be closed. Okay, so we have a footer. That's right, and we have a section, user reviews, section main review. What is the matter with the article? Yeah. So basically they don't use an header. Let me double check. I think can an article tag have a header? I think that was right? Come on. Bruce! Spill the juice, Bruce! Okay, let's just heading. Okay, so you don't use a header. That's fine. I can respect that. So that means this. Oh, everything is fucked. Or not? There's no corresponding closing tag. Did I remove too much? Yep, I removed too much. Okay, that means that this needs to be there. Then this needs to be there. Then we can create another grid. We'll get there eventually, don't you worry. So this div is the container. We don't need a footer quite yet. And now we can do this. This. Don't have this. Because now we need to create two divs. One will have a class name with a call span 1. And one will have a class name called span 7. Let's just render a p with some lorem ipsum inside of it. That seems quite right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 spans 8 white. So just a seasonal state. Okay, then we have to give this an MB of, I guess, 16 as well. Yep. Okay, and then we can say all. Then full and then MD this. Yep. And then let's say MD 10. Ah, 10 is fine. 10 is absolutely fine. Okay, let's just put a couple of paragraphs in there, because now we know that we actually also need to include a space Y. Tell me why. Of like 4. You might want to double that. It's already font normal, of course. Which is it does need to be text LG. Yeah, better. Better. So, ooh, oof. That's something I forgot. This feels not that great. This has a height of 550. Which is 34. Page 60. Page 64. Yes. No, I fucked up. Let me just, it's 120. What is the biggest height? Biggest height we have is 24. Nah, that's too small. Okay, so we have to come up with a custom solution for that. Give me the calculator. Let's run this again. So that's 34. Let's go with a height of 34 REM. And now we probably have to say this is from medium on, and otherwise we do 96. Which is still a bit much. Which heights did we have? Let's say 64. Then we have to meet somewhere in the middle. 72. Okay, then we have to drop down to 80. I tried every value, and the value I haven't tried. Okay, that's Dragonia. Hey, how's it going? My favorite kaashoofd. Thanks. It's going great. Making some good progress. I mean, if you look at the website now, I mean, we have the homepage. Done. We have the footer. Done. Navigation. Okay, needs some work. Blog overview. Done. Except for the Notion integration. Contact page. Done. And I am now working on the template for the post date type page. Nice, good job. Thanks. So basically, today I think Good evening, Tuan. How are you doing? Yeah, doing great, man. Thanks. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, no, so I think today I'm going to finish all the UI, and I'm actually going to have a look at some of these tasks, and then tomorrow we can grab a cup of coffee and have a fresh start by hooking up the Notion integration. So actually, let me add one thing to my schedule for tomorrow. I will get to that question in just a second. Let me quickly get this on my to-do list for tomorrow. Set up Notion subscription, because I stopped my Notion subscription, but now I need it again because I want to use the freaking Gabagoo, the backend. I think the API requires subscription. So, can you explain what is Chief Remote Officer? So, yeah, what is a Chief Remote Officer? Let me turn down my music just a little bit. So, how a company usually works is you have like a lot of chiefs. You have like a Chief Executive Officer, like CEO. You have a CFO, Chief Financial Officer. You have a CTO, Chief Technology Officer. And I think there should be something like a Chief CRO, which I know is also the short thing, abbreviation, or however the fuck you say that in English, for Chief Risk Officer. But I think there should be a Chief Remote Officer. I don't think it's really that necessary for like remote teams that are like between 10 and 15 people. But if you scale to like 50 to 100 people, you definitely need someone in charge of making sure everything about remote work just is in a good place, from software to making sure that people have proper equipment, to vetting software to see if it will work for the team, etc. So basically, someone inside of the company who's who's mainly responsible for making sure remote work works for everyone. If anybody has a problem with for instance, the VPN the company uses, that person is in charge for making sure that one employee also gets access to the VPN from their home, or at least make sure that that person talks to the IT team to. You get it. I think you might already get it. Basically an executive who is responsible for everything remote work inside of a company. Then again, not really necessary with a small team, but if you grow to like, personally, I think if you grow over 25 people, you need someone in charge of remote. And I think you can combine it. Maybe a CEO can be a chief remote officer as well. Or I think there was also a chief office manager, COO, chief operation manager. I think he can also be the chief remote officer as well, or take on the same responsibilities as a COO. Hopefully that answers your question. Maybe I explained it a little bit too difficult, but in summary, small teams don't... Oh, that's very well explained. Well, thank you. Sometimes I just rattle on a bit too much about certain things, but I'm passionate about remote work and about the things I tweet. Let's see. Now we need to work on the share. Okay, this will be a fun little thingy to build, because this needs to be sticky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. But we no longer live in 2012, and we actually just have some basic CSS for making something sticky. So let's make this another div. Let's say it doesn't even need a freaking name. It just needs to be a div. By the way, I got a new job at the World Bank as a computer data operator. Oh, great! How did you get the job? You probably applied, but what exactly do you need to do as a computer data operator? Do you need to fill out some information, or? Congratulations, my man. If I had a soundboard, I would play some sound effects, but I don't have a soundboard. It was a recommendation. Oh. So you got in via somebody else. Nice. Let's see. We have one. We need to share. And this is regular, which is already default. And inside of here, we need a... Actually, can I... let's name sticky? Is that a thing? Let's just supersize this post. Okay, sticky doesn't work right. It's a product for 2 years related to Waterworks distribution and measurement, but it will help me so I get my Spotify job. Yeah, exactly. Go for it, man. But does it fall in line with your career plans for programming? Because I don't know. What does a computer data operator do for the World Bank? What exactly is the job description? Because waterwork distribution and management could be anything, from people laying the pipes to the people who do the planning, to the urban planning. Let's just close this diff for now. Center. I sent her this text, right? No, I didn't send her this text. Ooh, almost made a mistake. Ooh. And this is 14, so that is text SM. Does that feel too small? That's what she said. Oh! Text base. Nope. I think I like it this way because there will be some icons below it. Let's just create the... Oh, wait. Business property becomes part of a job. So I manage the record of water bills, connections, complaints, and all the data related to distributed water and problems regarding it. Oh, right. So... Basically, you have to do some... Okay, so you work with the data and then you program the data, or you move the data to the right... Is it computer science related, or is it more of a sort of... more sort of I manage the data. Yeah, okay, you manage the data, but how do you manage the data? That's... I think that's more of my question. Do you need to send it around via email, or... okay. Yeah, okay. That was my question. But great, man. Hey, it gets some money inside of your pockets, which opens up, like, tutorials and all sort of other fun stuff for your computer science career later on. How's the... Is it part-time or is it full-time? I manage the data on private service maintained by the org. Yeah, exactly. So you might need to get involved with some SQL and that kind of things. Hey, I mean... It's still computer science related. Maybe not 100%, but still a little bit. Let's see. This all needs to... Let me quickly track another project which I built in the past. Because for that project, I actually had an extensive look at how sharing worked. Which I then haven't... Okay, so we have Facebook. Shared, so basically it's all just hrefs, right? Yep. And then we have to add those things to the string and then target blank, which is fine, which is fine, which is fine, which is fine. Alright. It's full time for now, 10 to 5, but after that I study till 2 AM and then sleep. That's my routine these days. So, but as long as you take care of your own health, that's fine. If you function on those times, that's great. But don't burn yourself out. That's not the way to go. Then you can say goodbye to your career, man. Take care of yourself. That's all I'm trying to say. It's important. Good health, good sleep. But you're already going to the gym, so that's nice. Keep going to the gym. I'm working out as well. Gym routine is on. Yes, as long as your gym routine is on, that's great. You need to get away from a little bit. Social life, we're also really important. I mean, you can do both. It will be a little bit more difficult, but hey, you'll manage. As long as you are actively thinking about your social life, that's good, I guess. You know, there will be weeks where you see people a little less, and there will be weeks where you see people a little more. I think it's all about balance. As long as you don't block out your personal life just because I need to study, then study a year longer. I mean, we have such long lives ahead of us. Patience. It's all about patience. Right now, thanks, or maybe Spotify specific. That's my goal. Yeah. It's kind of like love interest, I know. Yeah, then again. It's all about balance, my man. So you have to balance studying, working, and your health. I mean, you can do that. I think if you study for like 3 to 4 hours every night, and then you have the gym. So basically you work for what was it again? 10 to 5. So you will, I don't know, get home by 6. You will have some dinner and maybe work out until 9 o'clock. Yeah, that doesn't leave. Maybe the way I did it back in the day was combine dinner with social life. So I'll have some dinner with friends, have some friends over for dinner, then kick them out. And then study a little bit or work on my own projects, for that matter. After deck direct gym, no. I don't know. 7 a.m. p.m. I mean, another solution could be don't study until 2 a.m. but actually, yeah, I think if I might offer a alternative, if I'm looking at the schedule, this is what I might do. I see that you start working 10. Okay, so you're home 5:15, so that means you have like a quarter of an hour commute. I would actually just stop working after your day job. Go to the gym, have some dinner, have a fucking life, because that's important. And then try to wake up around 6 in the morning. It's tough, but it's actually a rhythm you can get used to, and study in the morning. That way you're way more fresh, because it's quite difficult. In my experience, it's a little difficult to motivate yourself to learn after a full-time job, especially on those hectic days. You can better get learning out of the way in the morning before it's kind of very cold in my territory. Do you have to go outside for studying? Or am I missing something? Hey, but I mean, you do you. It's just some random piece of advice. I would switch the routine around, just to be more effective. But hey, if you're used to it and you are effective that way, I can't tell you to do shit, and just go for it. Let's just create this real quick. I mean, we'll fill this out later with all the right links, but for now, we can just do it this way, and then we can go to the footer. We can grab this SVG thingy. Okay, which that SVG thingy. For sure, I always appreciate suggestions. Great mentality. It's just a mad drive I'm feeling for the first time in my life. To get something. Hey, I mean, that's great. As long as, I mean, the only thing advice I want to give to you is also have a bit of fun. Life isn't all about working and making money. In my experience, social life is far more important. I mean, a career is fun as long as you have to, as long as you can share your victories with other people. That's a bit philosophical, isn't it? I make new music, play Fortnite. Yeah, of course. But I mean, being around people is also very important. Also for your people skills. Also, yeah, I know. I noticed that on your Twitter. And actually, you told me in the first stream. I don't forget. I don't forget anything. That's not true. I forget many things. ¿Qué pasa? Am I on the... Oh shit, this is the index. This is the footer. This is actually the base I'm working on right now. So that's a spawn. This, that's that. Then I think this is a bit tinier. It's like 12 pixels wide. So that's not H6 because H4 is 16. So it's H3, I guess. Ooh, that's way too small. So let's make it H4. Let's make it H4. So there are future plans with this as well. Keep working, keep grinding. I'm just feeling motivated these days, and also thanks to tech people like, thank you, my man. I mean, in the end, you did it, so no need to thank me or other people. You went after it, you got it, you deserve it. I mean, getting advice is one thing. Following through on advice is a whole nother thing. And you did it. I think you combined a lot of advice, got this job, and now you are set up for life. I mean, hopefully the job turns out to be fun. This is not what I needed to do. Okay, let me focus on this one for a second. So, 27, 27. 27 divided by 16 isn't going to be round numbers, but that's fine. Now I have to have some dinner and then study, but I'll join tomorrow study time. Have a nice day, brother. Yeah, have a good day, brother. Enjoy your meal and your evening. And enjoy the victory. Celebrate a little. Enjoy yourself. You deserved it. Have a great evening, buddy. I am retarded. I haven't memorized what this was again. It's 1.68, so we probably will go for H7 then. Because this is H4. Isn't there some way to combine these values? Oh, well. H7. And it will also make this. Okay, let's make this flex. Let's items center and justify center. And then give this a background of I definitely have to make this into a component. But hey, we'll just go with the flow for now. Now we have to do a border radius. Border radius. A border radius of 50%. Rounded full, is that a thing? Am I? This feels so hacky. But hey, if it works, right? Let's also give this a MB of 4. Which needs to be a block first, because it's a spawn. I don't know. It feels a little too small. How much space do we have left? Yeah, I can. No, then it will be way too big. Sheesh. Okay, let's just increase this to let's again, let's design in the browser, baby. Let's first focus on making the circles a little bigger, and then we can go text. And we don't have to do text SM. We'll just make everything a teeny tiny teddy bigger. And then we can go this. These two. Ooh, that's too much. Let's do 5. 5 is good. 5 is nice. 5 is too big. Fuck. This is too small, the other is too big. So do we have a 4? Ah, fuck off. Do we have 4.5? I guess not. Shh. Shit. With. Let's see what we do have. We have 4, we have 3.5. Or we have 5. Okay, let's just roll with 5. I don't know. It feels a little bit out of proportion. So if maybe we can make this just a bit smaller. And then we can change this back to 4. Yep, nope. It needs to be 10.5. And actually it might needs to be a little bit bigger. Maybe that's the problem. That's not too small. That's not too big, but that's actually too small. Oh, no, I don't want to. This feels better, but then we might want to update this to text LG. Nope. We definitely don't want to change it to text LG. Okay, what happens if I do a couple of those below? This sticky space Y3. Hello. Oh. Oops. Pew. Better. Okay, this looks better. But then we'll have to do this. We'll have to move this into its own little component. Will this be reused anywhere else? Nope. Actually, I have to check my mail real quick. Intermission. Because I have to check my mail if I have received any answers. Wednesday, your package will be delivered. Nice. I'm actually going to make use of this intermission to get myself a drink and go to the toilet. I will be back in like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. Be right back. Love you. Guess who's back? Back again. One is back. Tell a friend. Yeah. Let's put on my hoodie. Because I'm cold. The only downside of losing like 35 kilos, I'm cold all the time as opposed to like 1.5 years ago where I was always comfy. Could sit in my t-shirt all day. Now I need a hoodie. Cheers. Okay, let's have looksy looks. Do we call this a share button? Yeah, let's call it share button. Which will have, I guess, a icon, a link URL, and an icon. Okay. And then we need a type of share button props. Link URL be a string. And icon be a node. React node. Okay, then this, then this, then this. ¿Qué pasa? And then we can extract this. And then we can say this. That cleans up everything way more. I guess we can even just do it in the return, right? Let's create a share button. Where is it? The share is over here. So we can do share button, which needs a, come on, link URL, which will be, I don't know, https twitter.com, and an icon, which needs to be a React node, which needs to be this thingy. And then we can say link URL. We actually need URL of no opener, etc. here. And then here we can paste the icon, button, and steal this so we can edit in here. And it works. And it cleans up things quite a bit. Because now I can just copy and oh. Am I retarded or something? Yep. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that works. So let's get the icons. Let's just do. Do we want to share to Facebook? I don't like Facebook, but hey, we need it. We need it. Let's do Twitter, Facebook. We're going to Fixie and LinkedIn. Is there any other platform I need to be able to share to? Okay, this worked quite nice. Oh, I don't like this round. I just want the F. I want it inverted. Don't we have another Facebook icon? Would it be controversial if I just removed the Facebook sharing link? I mean, I'm not fond of Facebook, so why share my content on Facebook? Because there's an audience on Facebook and people actually use Facebook groups, so they must want to share your article. But then they could even just copy paste, which saves me the burden of dealing with this icon. And I just don't like Facebook. Hopefully that got the message across. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, fuck it. Will just not include Facebook. What other social media am I forgetting? You don't share like links to Instagram, right? I mean, let's just open my, I don't know, let's open TechCrunch on my phone. TechCrunch. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's just open TechCrunch. Here. Let's see. Accept all. I just sold my soul to TechCrunch. Let's just, I don't know, public sector body shoes with cloud service probe in Georgia. Blah blah blah. Cool. They have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and they have mail too. Oh, I can do that. That's actually a pretty cool one. Email. Still, fuck Facebook, but I do want to include email. Mail. Oh. Envelope. These are all logos. Maybe I could use the Gmail logo. Well, nah, no, I need an envelope. Maybe there's one brand that just uses an envelope for their logo. Or I can just go to hero icons and be done with it. See. Because now we can do I fucked up. Okay, cool. Hey Riff. Hello, how are you? Doing great. And how are you? I'm actually making nice progress on this site. Come up with many new ideas, so no, I'm doing quite well. Good. Good. Currently figuring out what share icons to implement. I ditched Facebook because I didn't, for starters, like the icon, and second, I just don't like Facebook. So I will not be including it on my side. Replace it with email, and I actually can steal a bit of code from TechCrunch. Hopefully that's not controversial with you guys. So basically what they do is they do mail too, and then they have like public. Let me copy the element. Let's see what they are doing here. Yada. I want to right? And then I want to extract this string. Why is this? Yeah, come in. Okay. So what they do is they... What happens if I click on this? Okay, so they do this, and then they add the body. That's actually quite nice. Okay. Okay. But let's not be bothered by that right now. Just know that we can do such a thing. Let's go to this and let's say up share links. Post page. Why am I making a separate to-do out of this? Because I have to research how the Twitter share and how the LinkedIn shares are working at the moment. I can pretty much steal it for here. Maybe let's just add it to the to-do. But I don't want to do that right now. We can have a look at the share link here. Check. Cool. Because what I want to do at the moment is make sure that this page is going to be responsive and that this element is going to be sticky. So sticky top 0. Will that work? Sticky top 0. That that's easy. That's actually quite easy. Oh, why does that open Twitter? But I don't like that. Maybe we say top like 2. Maybe 4. Better. So we scroll down and it's sticky. Hey! That was easy. Sticky. Oh man, I remember the day so vividly where you had to pull in an entire... You had like... Wasn't there a thing like Sticky JS or something? Sticky JS, and now it's just part of like CSS itself. Isn't it amazing? We have a little sticky boy. Yeah, Sticky JS. But I guess it was a different library. Or did I just use the npm package? See, downloads are down. Oh well, it's sticky. I'm happy. Now I have to see how the F I'm going to make this work on mobile. Should I put the share buttons on top? Okay, well this looks like shit. That's something we can all agree on. Yeah. Designing in the browser, always fun. I will just keep it where it is. Bit controversial because... Is that controversial? You might actually prefer to have it all the way down at the bottom of the article, I guess. Because that way people read the article and think, oh, I might want to share that. On the other hand, 9 out of 10 times when I read an article and I'm like, oh, I want to share it, I just use the thing on my iPhone to share the article and not really the UI. And if I'm on desktop, it doesn't matter where the share buttons are located because I've noticed it. And I will just scroll up. On the other hand, because what will happen if I... Okay, we are still going to add a little section on the bottom with the newsletter. So then it will be article, share button. Yeah, let's just place it on the bottom. Makes more sense. I don't want to bombard readers with the share button right away. Or does chat disagree? What do you guys think? Should I horizontally do it and just place it below the image or below the article? Let me just, for the fuck of it, flex it for you guys. God flex. God flex the masters. So this, like, and blocking it with line center. Justify center, right? Hey, why isn't the align center working? The mysterious ways. Ah. Tell me why. Oh god damn it, Tailwind. It's not align center, it's item center because you're a special boy. Sometimes I get a little mad. I get a little mad. This item center, and then we can be like, okay, we can do like space. X is like 3, and then be like space. X is fuck all on medium devices. That looks great. Cool. And then we can be like, okay, so now we have the share button here, but we actually might want to get rid of that. How to improve Twitch profile channel? Jeez. That time already. Oh well, we're just vibing. We are just vibing. Wasn't this like order 1 and then it will... Yep, then it will fuck off to the bottom. Now, does this make sense? Yes. Because grid-wise it's in the first column on desktop, and that's what matters the most, if you ask me. So basically by doing order 1 we'll move it to the bottom. So we'll say, and on mark we'll do order 0, which is, I guess, do we have an order 0? Hello. Autocomplete. No, but we do have an order none, which is good because that way we can do it this way. Now it's on the bottom, and then we go to medium, and then it's on the left. A little tight on medium. Okay, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, we can deal with that. Because then we can say LG call span 8. And here we can say call span 10 or something along those lines. That would be a bit better. Bit bigger, not better. And now I just want to say on medium call offset 1, I guess. Nope. Then it's call starts on not 1, not 2, but call starts 3. Ah, look at these. Look at these, isn't it amazing? Oh, sheesh. Do I know a better way? No, I guess this is fine. I guess this is fine. We have this, and then it scrolls down with this. And it's good. It's on the grid. We have Sticky Boy right here. And then we go to desktop. And then it's all the way down there. And then we still have Sticky Boy. And they go down here, and then Sticky Boy is gone. Rip Sticky Boy. And then we actually have to say that this thing has a MB of like, I don't know, 6. That's a bit... I like 12. And then from MD we have MB0. Cool. That pretty much is the block page, right? That's pretty much it. I'm so happy. Opens to-do lists. I'm so sad. Okay, let's just add some to-dos to this thing. So what do we have to do? We have to... Great thing about it, most of the design stuff and front-end stuff is... Okay, not most of it. Let me rephrase. All the pages are done. We have some navigational work to do, but other than that, we have the blog page, the blog overview, we have the content page, and we can even go to a post, which also looks great. Oh, the transition is so fast. So yeah, what are some things that I would like to get done? I need to, let's see, hook up blog overview to Notion, hook up post page to Notion via Slug. So if we do this, we have, yeah, we pretty much have the whole blog done. Hooray. Now, besides that, we have to add the button success for the clipboard, as well as for the hire me button, I guess. It's just some animation we need to add. So that's something we have to write what I love section. I'll probably do that somewhere this week on my own. I will not do that on stream because that might be a little bit boring. Design build mobile navigation. That's actually a pretty big-ish task, because I might want to do something crazy, or I will stick to like the same design which I've used over and over on other projects. I actually might do that for speed's sake, because I really want to launch this website this week. You have to design and develop. No, this is not a stress ball. This is actually a massage ball. So you see there's all this like things sticking out of it, and you basically place this against the wall, put your back against it, And you can massage your back, or like I'm doing, my arms, because they are pretty sore from boxing. And from working out altogether. But it wasn't a great idea to box like... Oh, let me open the door. Just a second. Package time. Package time. Not for me, but for the neighbors. But yeah, I highly recommend buying such a massage ball because they are great. And they also serve as some sort of stress ball or fiddling around thingy. I often just throw them around in my hands while I'm thinking. Just like I'm doing now. Okay, rewrite singularly final paragraph. You need to do that. Now, moment of it for a 4-page. This is something we need to design and develop. We might do that towards the end. Okay, that is a lot. It does switch. Massage was so great. It can be used for a variety of things. Yes. Wink, wink. No. Sorry. Dirty mind is a joy for life. Okay, so basically... Well, you can certainly use the for wink wink activities. I've never tried. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward placing this thing anywhere near my private parts. It's a little pointy. I don't know. Maybe I can massage my own butt cheeks with it, but that will be a very special experience, I guess. Is there any way to check? Okay, so since outdated, I give it shot. You're now requires. Oh, god damn it! Do I need to? Are you freaking serious? Are you freaking serious? Do I need to? I just want a simple thing. Why do I have to check the freaking API? Don't you have a better way of doing this? I mean, why isn't this just an open... Okay, well, I guess this is something we are not going to launch with then. Or is this a backlog? This is more sort of a... after launch thing. Okay, so this will do after launch. Add subscribe to newsletter, footer blog post page. This will do after launch, just to implement correct data on time post elements. That's something we will do. Upload 5 code. That's something we'll do. Hook up share links to post page. That's something we'll definitely need to do. Animation confetti. That's something we'll definitely need to do. And I also want to add animations. page transitions. That's actually, I noticed some other portfolios, on some other portfolios, which use framer motion. So let's see if framer motion has something to say about... Let's look at examples. Oh, that is so bright! Damn. Why is this dark mode and then here you go like... Ah, damn. Checkbox loading indicator, switch sheet slider. I just want to have a full page. Do they have something about full transition? My transition. Nope. Okay. I guess I'm not looking into the... Write flexible React components right in frame is building another code. I don't want that. I might actually have to research this another time, which I will. I don't think it will be that difficult. Just probably some fade in and fade outs. I actually am not a fan of fading in, like, whole sections while you're scrolling. I think that's a bit redundant. Or a bit silly. But it's beautiful. No, it's not. Maybe on the blog we can do some reordering, but then again we don't have categories. Do we need categories? I don't know. We can do that after lunch. At category filter. Add category filter to blog overview. Anything else? I don't want chats. I don't want to show my rates because I'm doing value-based pricing at the moment instead of hourly pricing. This works. This goes to my Medium. This goes to my Dev2. This goes to Twitch. This is GitHub. This goes. Terms and conditions. Fuck. Conditions. Privacy statement. I actually have to get a lawyer. Type some up for me. That's kind of cool. It remembers scroll position. Oh shit. Nice. Remix is pretty fun. I like it. Beep, 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 beep. What else do I have to do? Actually, I think that's pretty much it. You know what's more fun than remix? Drugs. I mean ducks. I'm from the Netherlands. I know my fair share of ducks. I thought so. No, I never used drugs. Hi, Mom. I'm forgetting something. I'm in danger. Okay, this is probably like a day's work. So we're going to do this tomorrow. Hook up the overview. So let's divide it into working blocks. Hook up Notion. Because then I can do something like, yes, good. That's part of the hookup Notion. Then we do like it is with finish UI. Which is this. Which is this. This is a task in and of its own. This is like, oh yeah, I guess this is finish UI. Or more no, this is something else. This is another task. Upload favicon. Okay, so this is also finish up UI. Upload favicons, add animations. We can do this later. I mean, we just have to go live. And then from there on, we can do a couple of more coding sessions. But I guess once I finish this project, I might want to go on with like Liveboard or its Vibe or any of the other projects I've running. Just to spice things up. Or value base, I guess. Finish content. It's what I love section. This. I guess I'll just do this under finish Camin. I'll just add that under finish UI. This is his own task. I mean, can you say that a favicon is content? I guess it's an image. Okay, now I'm getting to detail of some hookup. So let's just place this under UI because that's pretty much. Otherwise, the UI doesn't work. Okay, cool. Cool. Yep, I have to do this as well before I get like illegal battles, or which is very unlikely. Better save the story, I guess. Have subscribed to the newsletter for the blog and post page. Can be done after we go live. I have to be a little more decisive about some things if I want to release it by the end of the week. Okay, this is something I'm going to do tomorrow. Fuck. Has Sven already reacted to like the upper plant questions I sent him? Nope. In that case, Rino, we are not going to work on upper plant tomorrow because I first need some questions answered. Yes. Then we can work on this for an hour. And then we can do this. We start streaming tomorrow. I think from 2 to 5:30 is fine. Then we don't have to do this today. We can do that tomorrow. because then I can test out the things. Woohoo! This is done. Actually, let's see if we can end this day off with providing some value, because I think we are done with building swankruid.com for today. Let's just, before we start any timer, see if there's any value to provide. Because I wrote a little tool. We're not done yet. Fuck. Because I'm seeing some things. For version control. Okay. We updated the shadows. We added a transition to the... Which file is this? The oh yeah, you need... Those cars need the hover effect, because those are links. Same for this one, for the newsletter button. Then we've added some... Oh yeah, we removed the row from there, because that was no longer needed. And we added a opacity to the text color. Then we added the block date type page design, which I guess is fine. We're going to change it tomorrow anyway, once we start working on the Notion integration. And we don't we have a button? No, we don't have a button. Ooh. Newsletter. So this is the blog, and then we have typography, which we also updated for the line heights. Updated styles and added blog templates. Do we call template? Yeah, we call templates. Okay, cool. Then we can do it. Push. Push. Okay, nice. Now we can test out my little script. Hopefully it works. Otherwise, I will stand for penis, which is a Dutch expression. Sta voor lul, which basically means I will be embarrassed otherwise if it doesn't work. Which is in value base. Index. Aha! It worked! Is there anything... How to build a website with good quality code? This is probably just some shitty post about how to... Can I just run this? Ah, okay, let me run it again. Because it doesn't scale that well on CLI. We've set up a comprehensive guide. Indeed, this is a notification. That's awesome. Yo hey, yo ho. Thanks. Okay, cool. Cool. Would you be interested in a full 1-year package? Or what? I need to actually start a timer for providing value. Providing value. Magic dust. Providing value. As a DAO, what are the biggest issues, challenges you're facing at the moment? Not having started a DAO. I will actually be part of a DAO very soon. But that's a story for another time. When I actually go through the whole process of setting up a DAO and all the things that go with it. What do you do that doesn't scale? What do I do that doesn't scale? I don't know. Is early traction the key to a successful side project? Nope. At least not. These are all questions I can't really answer because they're so freaking situational. Is early traction the key to a successful side project? No. Consistency is the key to a successful side project, in my opinion. But that also depends on, are you consistently working on something that has the potential? Do I want to type something now? That would just be too complicated to type out. I'm just looking for quick answers here today. I mean, yesterday I've spent like 2 hours on filling out the whole tweet schedule for the week. I'm pretty inspirationless. Is that a word? Inspirationless? Not inspirational? What are your favorite SaaS products for which you are happily paying? What a stupid question. Which tools allow you to have... This one I answered this morning. Which customer support tickets would you recommend for SaaS company and why? 5 people answered. What's new? Should founder ask for a credit card upfront? What? Where should you start when learning about sales? Ooh, this is something I want to read myself. Is there an easy way to access my followed subscribed groups? Nope, I've searched for that as well. Hey devs, what services do you use to build your products? Whatever the F is most convenient for me at that time. I don't get why people are so obsessed with tech stacks. You see those posts like 9 out of 10 times. What stack are you using? Doesn't matter, get the job done. Use what you know. Search. I mean, okay, those posts are good for inspiration, but I don't get why it needs to be as like every single damn day. Excuse me. I need to edit the stream info. Finishing the day by providing some value before people come into chat. You're not building. Nope. I'm not. Hi everyone. I recently started a marketing campaign which I've never done before. I'm about 2 weeks in and I'm looking for sales and marketing resources. Could anyone provide any resources where to start or any general direction? Could you share a little bit? Great blogs to learn from Neil Patel. Yeah, I don't know. Love this. This is basically a plug for someone's on. Yep. What the Okay, there's nothing in here for me to learn about. So much pop-up windows. What's new? Should founder ask critical to us? No, that's... God. Darn it. Ah, shit. And now I closed the wrong window. Oh my god. I'm such a mess at the moment. I will do better. Just hang in. Hang in there with me. Team manager. Okay, cool. Everything is back already right now. Cool. What do we do that doesn't scale? Yep. Okay, that's also a nice piece. Don't forget. Have a great week. Okay. I just want to let you know. Why are you asking a question? This is what's wrong with the current indie hacker community at the moment. I want to answer questions. I don't want to... Angry cat meme. Here. Angry cat meme. This is me at the moment. This is my spirit animal. You know the workday was successful when you end up looking at cat memes. Angry cat memes to be precise. This is why I don't do drugs. Angry cat meme as 4. Hey, that's actually quite a fun idea. Let me write that down. Oh my god, yes. Oh, but isn't it is it God cursed? Isn't it copyright? Is it? I don't know. I don't care. Otherwise I will get a cease and desist. Well, show me. Then I will add this ID, which I love, to my freaking gabagoo. To my task list. Lists. Cursed. Cat meme. Angry boy. Oh, do we have a PNG of this? Oh my god. I can move it around. Woo! Woo! Wait, 4 page. Page not found. The requested page could not be found. Anyways, here's a dancing duck for you. Yes, and I want to do this with like the angry cat. Maybe I will just fill the page up with angry animals, angry animal memes. Actually, where's the code for this? How did you make this block? Is it just some basic HTML, or is it like a full-fledged block thingy? Feed XML. Oh, we pull in some XML. Ooh. Ooh. Jackal. Damn, haven't heard that in a long time. Jekyll and Hyde. Cool. Oh. Okay, well, there isn't any value to provide at the moment. Well, I guess that's that then for today, eh? I really have to stop talking Dutch English. I think it puts a lot of people off. Sometimes like, okay, I will talk normal English, and then I'm like, okay then, hey? Let's even do a little bit of projects, eh? Jackals really need... No, Dutch English is funny. Yeah, but I think so too, but I don't know. If people are new and the first thing they hear is like, yes, let's even do this, hey? They will be like, okay, who the fuck is this idiot? And I'm going to check out another channel. But I will. Do I want to have those people in my stream? I don't know. Jackal is really neat because it directly integrates with GitHub pages. Yeah. Did I know that? No, I didn't know that. I mean, is it still integrated with GitHub pages? How? Is it hooked up to GitHub Actions or something similar? Let's I don't know. Just chatting. Setting up GitHub pages with Jekyll. You can use Jekyll, a popular static site generator for the customers you get. Hey! Yeah, if you use Jekyll, it auto-sets actions which will update the page after push to master. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, basically Vercel does that for me. For other things. But hey, it's nice that they use the default. I don't know, I just haven't touched Jekyll in like 15 years. I don't think I'm even coding for 15 years. I haven't touched Jekyll in like 4 years, 3 years. I mean, I'm still a baby. Ooh. I'm just going to hang out for a bit here in stream. You can also host most HTML, JS, CSS stuff on GitHub page. Yeah, I know that one for sure. I know. I don't think I ever used the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Why doesn't Project have a dark mode yet? Where's Dark Reader when you need it? Why isn't this working? Ah, that's working. Better. No, I've never used GitHub Pages before to host anything. Pretty much for sale. Or what did I use previously? Heroku. That was pretty early on. Some projects pushed to Heroku. It was also pretty easy. Anything else besides Heroku? Yeah, some VPSs. A lot of VPS stuff, actually. A lot of virtual servers. But that was pretty much because all the e-commerce shops were hosted on there. Because in the early days, I only worked on Magento and that kind of stuff. Not really as a developer / project manager. I've one other project on GitHub page with auto generation, encryption, decryption routines, and strings for C#. Nice. Auto encryption, decryption routines. Again, so far out of my scope. Like encryption. Okay, is it far out of my scope? I mean, I did some backend things in the past, but that mostly has nothing to do with encryption, decryption routines. Because what did I use when setting up some projects? I mean, most of it was like Firebase, that kind of thing. So it was already encrypted out of the box. Bcrypt, another thing. Cipher is nothing too complicated. Yeah, you can show me, but I don't believe I can actually read C#. I will do my best. I mean, at best it will be like a little comedy sketch, me reading C# code and trying to figure out what the heck it's what the heck it's doing. Oh, it's mostly jazz. I know jazz. Oh, that's pretty cool. Where is secret? So it has byte, which I'd and a for loop, and then oh, I thought this was a navigation. My bad. Probably has to be like this. This tool is a modernized version of the Zcrypt string encryption tool made by 0sum. Why does that name say something to me? If there is a permission to use this code has been given in this blog post, and feel free to refer code if you want to. I cleaned up the word, you can make some tweaks. My intention is to provide easy and accessible string encryption example for everyone. The only C# compatible tools for this test I found are hidden behind the paywall. Oh, nice. I mean, that's pretty cool. And why would you use this? What's the practical use of a tool like this? Again, with no dark mode. I sometimes use it if I want a simple cipher for jittering or easy challenges. All right. But mainly the purpose was a piece of the power rips off secret. That's what I like to hear. This is such a long pause, by the way. Whoa! What did I click? Damn. This man goes into detail. Fucking hell. From the looks of it, it's not an easy concept. And then you read like a front-end post with those. You have a little square and you have a little circle and you put it together with like... And he was like, oh yeah, you have this subroutine and then you do a little bit of this code and you can copy paste, flip-flop, hip-hop. Oh wait, oh, I am stupid or not. Yeah. It are all separate blocks. It's oh, okay. That's embarrassing. Service repair skill diverse engineer, really respect the guy. Yeah, but why do I mean, the name really does mean something to me. Research. Maybe I work with someone with kind of a similar name. Are there any new cool tools? Your next favorite thing? It's actually quite cool that I think Y2.M2.D15 still has a badge, right? Yeah, number 2 product of the day. Woohoo! Still kind of pissed off that I'm not labeled a maker on this project. But oh well, I left the company and then he was like, oh, but do you want to get back on the project? And I was like, oh well, I have nothing better to do, so yes. No. I don't know, Y2.M2.D is a fair fun project. I just have to pick it up again. But if Sven could reply to my questions, that would be great. Then I can get some dev work done. The new Envision. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. Analyze the insomnia treatment and personal sleep coaching. Well, I have a pretty bad case of insomnia, so show me. Call breaker. Simulate calls from your favorite services. But why? Footer. Okay, I just like the name. Dino game. I'm always interested in no code. Oh, it's promoted, then I don't like it. Boardly. Oh no! Did someone make live boards before me? That would suck. Create beautiful auto-updating dashboard for pre-built modules. No server code is required. Daytime countdown. RSS feed. Oh, this is actually no. Okay, great. This is nothing like what I want to. I mean, it's similar to what I want to build, but not at all what I'm going to build. Haha, whoa. What the fuck? Someone went crazy. Create personal website from your Twitter profile in seconds. Hopefully it doesn't look like this. What the hell is even this? actual fuck is this? Look, look. Someone had a blast. I mean, you. What the fuck? If I make the site over the top, people will buy my service. My man, I don't even know where to look. Oh, this is an input field. What the fuck? Your site will appear here. Now I'm intrigued. This must be a freaking joke, right? Or am I being too, Just how? Just how? I can make this. Well, actually, I'm impressed. I mean, it does make me go like, what the F? And I think I'm already a couple of minutes on the side. Hey, you do a good job. We're on a mission to help you sleep better. Well, that will be freaking great. Got personalized insights. We integrate with the most trackers and provide sleep. Okay. Access daily lesson plans. Oh my god. Work one-on-one with a sleep coach. I already had a sleep coach. I wasn't a fan. Great lady. Didn't do shit for me. More sleep, less worries. Yeah, this sounds like a load of crap. What is insomnia? I like this picture so much. This is me right before I try to go to sleep. Okay, I'm taking the piss. Cool, but what is actually... Make consistent restful sleep a reality with Don's CBTI app. It is the easiest, most accessible and most affordable way to access cognitive behavior therapy for... Doubt. The first line treatment for blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm out of here. Sounds like a load of marketing crap to make some money off insomnia patients. The new Envision is here. What actually happened to the Envision editor? I mean, they did have... Didn't Envision try to make like a design editor or something? Envision Studio. I think they might have discontinued that or not. Oh, they did not actually. Flexible layers. Is this still a thing? Download Studio free. Yeah, so they're still maintaining it. Okay, cool. But as it seems, it now all takes place inside of the browser.
The future of work is not about the home or the office. It's not about getting people to work one specific way at all. It's about creating the right environment for collaboration to thrive, so work becomes more inclusive, creative, and impactful.
Buzzwords.
Which is why we created a whole new Envision. Envision is now the place where your teams and tools come together in one real-time collaborative workspace. Whether you're focused on crafting the ideal user experience,
What the
or diving deep into the numbers, drawing out the best in people with a deadline, nailing that big presentation, or keeping the trains running on time.
So basically Envision just did a entire pivot to be a Notion competitor,
And everyone up to date.
I guess.
All right workspace.
Okay, that means we're losing customers to Figma and okay, that's actually smart, but also so weird because I grew up in this space with Envision being the prototyping tool. And now they're completely on the like collaboration space train. I don't know. I'm skeptical if they can compete with like Microsoft and Notion and Google workspaces. But basically they all... Oh. Risky move. Risky move. But I can... I understand why they did it. I understand why they did it. RIP Envision as we knew it. Or maybe they have been on that train for a long time and I just never heard about it. NFT bucket. Sounds interesting. React and Next.js. That's always something I'm interested in. Build web components in minutes. Doubt. Smarter sticky notes with a browser built-in. Passa? Web3 words. Okay, cool. No, I'm already. 12th February. Simple link build webs in Notion. Okay. I already seen these products. Create your own Solana NFT gallery. You can now show your NFTs to friends and family in the coolest possible way. Connect your Phantom wallet to create an account. Yeah, right. NFTs. Not a fan yet. Okay. Yeah, I don't need snippets. Quickest way to build web components. Nimble. That's pretty cheap. How can you sustain a business with these kind of prices? Starting from... Nah, you can sustain a business from 99 cents a month. Unless you have like thousands and thousands or hundreds. No, I think you need thousands of customers before it makes sense. I hate NFTs and I'm happy every time the sites get looted by another smart contract book. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and this is just an app. I don't know. I just don't see NFTs. I don't see the use for NFTs in art. I can see NFTs becoming a thing for like real contract replacements, but it's so far out. At least a couple of 5 to 10 years before it matures. And then again, you know what the heck happens when like currently most crypto is based on like hype. I mean, if you don't have miners, you don't really have any network. I mean, maybe some cryptos handle it a different way, but I don't know. I'm always worried about, okay, so for the coming 10 to 15 years, we like this particular blockchain and we are going to millions and millions of NFTs on there. And then there's like a way better protocol and we want to move that way. What happens to this? You know, is it just going to die out eventually? Yeah, that's also that's also a good point. I mean, the image has to live somewhere, right? So it has to be inside of a bucket. Or, I don't know. I mean, wasn't that a thing that like someone exposed, like you could buy a NFT on like OpenSea and it was just like an Amazon bucket where the image was stored. So basically, if that bucket got retired, your NFT would be worthless because you won't have that image anymore. That image would be gone. And then what? Because that's your NFT. I mean, then you can just, I don't know, do you grab the image from Google again and place it to another bucket and then say, oh, hey, look, my NFT is back? I don't know. Yeah, it has to be stored somewhere on the internet, right? And it happens on a server and the server centralized. I mean, not many people make use of IPFS. So, I mean, did I get it right? IPFS, yeah. Right, so peer-to-peer hypermedia protocol, which I want to look into because I don't understand quite yet how this actually solves the whole decentralized thingy. But it's peer-to-peer, yeah, it has to live somewhere. The data has to live somewhere. But no NFTs for me just yet. Also deploy first, patch later is just not explainable how to currencies or bank-like services. Nope. I agree with that. I mean, the thing with crypto at the moment, I really much like the space because people are very innovative. I mean, they're constantly trying out new things, pushing the boundaries, looking into the metaverse and all that kind of futuristic shit. But then again, it gets overshadowed by so much of NFT scams like pump and dumps and all that kind of thing. So that's one thing I really hope to solve with what we are doing with Upland is better information for people, showcase better projects, educate people on the blockchain. What is it? How should you approach it? How can you drive business? I mean, one thing I do actually like are DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations. But then you also have the issue that, okay, a DAO doesn't work if someone holds the majority of the tokens, because then they can vote everything their way. So yeah, there's definitely some challenges to solve. But hey, maybe I can help out with that a little bit of a plan together with Sven. Who knows? Interested in the space, but skeptical of the space, and I think that's makes me unique in a sense. I mean, most of my peers are like, "Whoa, crypto, NFTs, buy them all, make money." And I'm like, nah. I don't know. It's great to make money, but I also want to make money in a correct way. I don't know. I could spend like, I don't know, 100,000 euros on an NFT and sell it for 300,000. I won't have the stomach for that. Anywho, I think I'm going to do some cooking. Because I already have past 5, I guess. Right? Yeah, 5. And I need to go to the gym tonight. And I have... Whoa. What is this? Oh, nothing that urgent. But yeah, I have to do some cooking. I think the... No, I said did some cooking already. Oh, cool. Hopefully it was a lovely meal. I'm actually going to make some salmon. With some potatoes and some veggies. I think I'm gonna grill the salmon. I think that will be quite nice. Yeah, I'm actually doing my hair in the camera. I don't know. Hair's feeling pretty slick today. Anyhow, I'll be back tomorrow around the same time, 2 o'clock. And we'll continue working on the site. We might touch another project as well, depending on if I receive answers from people. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow, I guess. And if not, have a lovely evening. And I will see ya. And thanks, I will enjoy my dinner.